Hello everyone, good afternoon. I would like to welcome all of you for today's session by the Personality Development Club of GEC Aurangabad. I would like to first give a brief introduction about the Personality Development Club. The Personality Development Club was first started way back in 1996 by a group of enthusiastic IITians wanting to benefit students across colleges. It started with IITs, NITs, and many other major colleges across India. Today, we have around 50 clubs, PD clubs across India. Till date, we have had thousands of seminars and lakhs of students benefiting from those sessions and seminars. In GC Aurangabad, it was started in 2019, and today is our first live YouTube session on behalf of GC Aurangabad. I would like to thank the PD Club of GC Aurangabad for this. I'm sure we will immensely benefit from this session, and we will have good things to take back with us today. For more such value-adding sessions, please do subscribe to our channel and follow it. Without further ado, I would like to introduce the speaker for today's session. We have Dr. Yuvaraj Bhosale with us today. He completed MBBS from Grant Medical College in 1996. Thereafter, he has also completed MS and DNB in Human Anatomy from Grant Medical College. He also holds a diploma in HR Management and in Hospital and Healthcare Management from Mumbai University. He has been awarded a fellowship in medical education. He has also done training in teaching technology from Philadelphia, United States of America. He has been a professor from 1998, that's 22 years, mentoring and motivating thousands of students. I'm sure few of us were just born or not even born at that time. Additionally, he has also served as a hostel warden for 18 years. Dr. Bhosale, a very warm welcome to you, and thank you for joining us today. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, the PD Club, and many of those who are watching me may be thinking that the photograph which was shown, there was a man wearing the same shirt, but he had hair on his head, and now they may be thinking that what happened suddenly here. Actually, I took up to medicine because I was always scared of mathematics. I still don't know what is 7 plus 5, whether it is 11 or 12 or 13. It just scares me. And from the point that told me that I was normal last week till Friday, they told me that you have to take a session for engineers. From that point, I started losing my hair, and this is where I sit before you on a Sunday, lost all my hair. Jokes apart, basically, lockdown is going on, and in this lockdown, what happens is the saloons are closed. And yesterday, somehow, I managed to get one barber. I convinced him to come to our home and do the hair cutting, and that barber agreed, but he charged me so much that I said, I don't want to see your face for next 4 months. So cut off all my hairs, and that's how I am here. Uh, Thank you so much again, the PD Club of GCEA Aurangabad, and uh, the channel, the YouTube channel, for inviting me here. Can we have our slideshow? So this horrific demise of Sushant Singh Rajput, which happened few days ago, has disturbed so many people. It has disturbed so many people, and therefore we thought that it's appropriate that we discuss on this topic. At least I'm at dozens, rather hundreds of people who told me that, sir, we are disturbed because of this incident. Because all that Sushant Singh Rajput had, that is what we wanted. That was our dream. And now what has happened is that he he ended his life. So then, that scare comes to our mind that whether I also, when I reach this pinnacle of success, whether I may commit such a horrific act. Next slide, please. Okay, so I'm going to tell you series of stories, and here comes my first story. Man about to jump. Can you stop sharing the this one? Yeah. So man about to jump. So what happens is there was one man, maybe we'll call him a college student, and this college student frustrated. Maybe his girlfriend ditched him, or we are just considering him a male as of now, or he flunked in few of the subjects, and then he decides that I'm going to end my life, and then he selects a spot that I'll go to a mountain, and on at Mahabaleshwar, Matheran, Lonavala, there is something called as point, Monkey Point, this point. That point is a spot beyond which is a valley. So he goes there, he parks his bike, then he walks there, and then he looks down to confirm whether if I jump, I'll be confirmed dead. Because you know what happens? If a person jumps from the 16th floor, the sound is ah dhap. And you know what happens when a man jumps from the first floor? Dhap ah. So he wanted to confirm whenever I've been jumping, it should not be dhap ah. It should be ah dhap. So therefore he goes there, he looks down, he says, okay, things are fine. So, you know, people don't jump like this. Whenever we also jumped into the swimming pool, we always went back. You remember in our childhood, whenever they taught us swimming, then we went running, and then we go here and then we jump. So he also did like that. He goes back, and then he says to himself, on your marks, get set. And when he is doing all this, there is a beggar sitting over there. And this beggar is observing. This fellow comes, he parks his bike, he goes there, he sees the point, so he realizes that he has come here to commit a suicide. So when he's about to do on your mark, get set, go, the beggar says, excuse me, oh, bike आपका? बोले हाँ बाइक मेरा. बस चाबी तो देते जाओ, बिकॉज आप तो नीचे जा रहे हैं, आपको वैसे बाइक का भी जरूरत नहीं है. तो बाइक का चाबी वापस ही टेक्स हिज पोजीशन ऑन योर मार्च गेट सेट. ही सेड वन सेकंड, तुम्हारे पास वॉलेट है? वॉलेट? हाँ वॉलेट है. तो पैसा दे दो, तुम्हारा वॉलेट मेरे को दे दो, आप तो नीचे जा रहे हैं, आपको वॉलेट का क्या जरूरत है. अगेन ऑन योर मार्च ही सेड एक्सक्यूज मी, आपका कहीं यहाँ पे आजू बाजू में घर है? जैसे हाँ घर है. तो उसका चाबी देते जाओ, अभी वो घर में तो कोई रहेगा नहीं, तो आई विल गो एंड स्टे देयर, मेरे पास घर नहीं. ऑन योर मार्च गेट सेट एंड इज अबाउट टू जंप. ही सेड एक्सक्यूज मी, जरा आपका शर्ट पैंट दे दो ना. मैं देखो यहाँ पे टॉवेल पे बैठा हूँ, और आप इतना शर्ट पैंट में नीचे जाके क्या करोगे? आप तो नीचे जा रहे हैं, आपको शर्ट का जरूरत नहीं, पैंट का जरूरत नहीं. तो देन ही सेड ओके. And as he's about to remove his t-shirt like this, he's thinking, this fellow doesn't have a bike, I have a bike. This fellow, he doesn't have money, I have a wallet full of money. This fellow, he does not have a house, and I have a house. This fellow does not have clothes, and I have clothes. And he is sitting here and I am going down. Then he says, sorry. You keep the money from the wallet. Now give my key back, house key back, my bike key back, and my empty wallet also back. And the reason I'm telling you to keep all the money because you, a beggar, you have taught me a great lesson. And what is that great lesson? That great lesson is focus on things what you have in life. He said, I had a house which you don't have. I have these clothes. I have money. I have a bike which you don't have. And I just forgot about all this. And just because somebody ditched me, or just because I flunked in few of my subjects, or just because there was some small failure in life, I was ready to jump and end my life. So this is the first story I tell whenever I go anywhere, whenever I go and talk about that, people call me to talk about like, and what to do to prevent depression, or people how to prevent suicide. This is the first story I tell. The first thing people have to remember is remember what you have in your life. Can we go to the next slide? Yeah, Bollywood. In one picture, you are actually seeing a very romantic scene where there is a hero and heroine, and there is another scene. अबे लोगों को पीट रहे हैं, पीट. So our concept of love, our concept of romance, everything comes from Bollywood. Can you stop sharing the screen? And we always think we see those hero heroines singing and we feel life is so beautiful. But when I first saw a romantic movie, I asked my parents that ये हीरो हीरोइन जो है ये गा रहे गार्डन में, म्यूजिक कौन बजा रहा है? Life is not so musical as Bollywood. How in Bollywood they show uh, the love happens in a library. A girl is walking with a full bunch of books, and then she comes, and then the hero is coming from there, and she they strike against each other, and the books fall off. There is a song of Rajendra Kumar. Entire song is that heroine's books are fallen down, and he's picking up one book and handing over one book to her. And there is the entire song. And at the end of the song, they fall in love with each other. Now, I have been to library so many times. Last 30 years, I'm working in a medical school. I've never seen such a scenario. Firstly, the one book is allowed in the library. Secondly, if you strike against a female or even a male, and that fellow's books are spilled all over the library, it may be male or female, he or she will slap you. There will be no love. Take it from me. So all this nonsense our Bollywood has taught us. They show, because I'm a doctor. Whenever I go and I watch movies, I always see it from a medical perspective. So I see वो घर की बहू ऐसे चक्कर आके गिरती, and then doctor आता, and then the doctor, he puts the hand pulse लेता है. तो ये pregnant? I said, the doctor, I never seen pregnancy being diagnosed by pulse. That is just not possible. There are pregnancy tests, this and that. Then we see that hero is hit by a bullet, and when he is hit by a bullet, he keeps on speaking. He keeps on speaking. So difficult. Let me tell you, it is so difficult to speak when you are hit by a bullet. When this 26/11 attack took place at Taj, and I was that day returning back home, my car was stopped by police. And that police, when they stopped my car, there were 10 policemen. They were standing and blocking the road with their rifles pointed at my car. So I slowed down. Then the inspector came. With his loaded gun, he did tuck 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 on my window screen. I took it down. Then he was looking inside whether there are any terrorists. While he was looking inside, he kept his loaded gun on my window and it was pointing to my head like this. I'm telling you, it was the most scariest moment of my life with an inspector and his gun moving like this. I said, "वो गलती से उसने छींक दिया." And the trigger is on. अब उसके बाद सॉरी बोल के कुछ होने वाला है? हाँ? तो फिर after that he said you can go. When he said you can go, tell me, I'm telling you, I forgot where is the accelerator, where is the clutch, where is the brake. For next 10 days, I didn't come out. I didn't come out of the house. I was so scared. And here in movie they show somebody is shooting at the hero and he's doing like this, then like this, then like this. मतलब कोई गोली चलाते हैं ना आपका पैर का पूरा स्ट्रेंथ चला जाता है. And our whole life is based on Bollywood. That I'll fall in love with a girl, the girl will fall in love with me, then we'll go for honeymoon, and then we'll enjoy, and then we'll have children, and then life will be nice. They lived happily thereafter. I think below the end, they write like this. You cannot be happily thereafter. So it's not that I'm creating a pessimistic attitude. I am bringing you back to reality. Happiness has nothing to do with Bollywood. So many times we feel depressed, so many times we feel low, and we feel that I'll just watch a movie and relax. No. And we just temporarily forget. Or the moment the movie is off, our pressure starts coming back upon us. So therefore, we should try to search for such a happiness which is not dependent on movies, which is not dependent upon heroines, or anyone. Okay, our happiness currently, our happiness is object dependent happiness. Our happiness is dependent on objects. If I have this object, I become happy. If I lose this object, I become unhappy. That means you don't have control over your happiness. But you may lose that object also. So therefore, if you want control over your happiness, don't make it object dependent. Try to search within your heart and you will find unlimited happiness. And that should be the goal of our life. To search inner peace, to get inner strength, so that we are not dependent on any object, we are not dependent on any person for our happiness. Next slide, please. I or I have been a warden of one of the hostels I worked for 18 years almost. And I wanted to share something regarding the hostel where I took over. Almost every room there was a suicide. Every room there was a suicide. And it was so difficult for me to, take this responsibility. But I took it as a challenge of my life. 2002, I took over as warden of one of the hostels, and I decided that I will stop suicide. And this is one thing I very proudly tell that today is 2020. 18 years I have been warden of a hostel. And in 18 years, not a single suicide has taken place in this hostel. Not a single suicide. It's not that people didn't attempt suicide. Okay? There was a boy who left a 5-page suicide note and he went home. And then when I called his parents, they said he has gone for prayers. I said, no, but he has written a suicide note. They said, no, he was perfectly normal. So if you want prevent somebody else's suicide. Just remember, don't take things for granted. Even an hour before suicide, people may be perfectly fine, perfectly drinking fruit juice with you, but they may be disturbed inside. There was one boy who was so tensed that I may get disqualified in the exam. So he came to my house and he said, "Sir, while I changed the ink 2, 3 times while writing the paper, so will I get disqualified?" And then he went into that anxiety mode. Every 1 hour he was coming to me, "Sir, will I get disqualified?" And by then I called his parents. Their parents, they started from their hometown. And whole night, 1 o'clock, then 2 o'clock, then 3 o'clock, then 4 o'clock, he was coming and he was banging the door of my house. "Will I get suicide? Will I, will I, will I get disqualified? Will I get disqualified?" I said, "Will I suicide?" That was the fear in my mind. That is he talking about that he's going to end his life? So I saw to it that he's surrounded by 2, 3 of his friends. So whenever even he came to my house, somebody was accompanying him, and I was there. I didn't sleep the whole night. So that point I'm making is be there for people. When I went to this movie Jurassic Park, one student called me and he said, "Sir, I'm so disturbed. I'm about to kill myself." So I called up one of my assistants. I said, "You reach to his room." Then I called up my hospital casualty, called the psychiatrist. Then I send the wheelchair. I send hospital staff. Everything I was managed. My family, I said, "You go and watch the movie." Then in the interval, my wife and everyone came out. They said, "You didn't come in." I said, "No. For me, it was very important that I save somebody's life." And when he was sedated, I went and I saw the movie, and I didn't understand what what happened in the second half of it. But there was tremendous satisfaction in that I saved. Student in this class, they are also attempted suicide in 2019. And I went there running to his room. And just in time, I could say. So sacrifice your happiness for sake of others. Basically, I'll tell you one thing. When you start living for the sake of others, you will not think of your own happiness. When your happiness is in giving happiness to others, the thoughts of suicide will. Because your life is just for making other person happy. And who is going to stop you from making others happy? If you want to make yourself happy, there may be 100 obstacles. If you want to make other people happy, there will be no. Next slide, please. Another thing I just want to say is whenever you become friends with people and distressed people will come to you, they will tell you that, "Oh, I have this problem." And in India, what tendency we have? We immediately give solutions. Okay, this problem, so you do like this. Then they will say, "Come and tell, oh, actually, So read between the lines whenever people are telling you that, whenever a small child is telling कि माझं पोट दुखतंय, मेरे पेट में दर्द हो रहा है, it means that I don't want to eat. Somebody says मुझे भूख नहीं है. There is lot and lot things which you can read between the lines. So you should be, keeping a very close watch on your friends that whether anybody is going into depression. Be a good listener. Don't be a solution man. Don't try to give solutions to everyone. Don't become an advisor. Become a good listener. Next slide, please. And and he has written about 6 loving exchanges which increase the bond between friends. He says, offer food to your friends, and whenever they offer you, accept. So, these are most fond memories in our life. That we went to this restaurant, we ate together, right? And then we have this. memories that how we enjoyed the pani puri there, how we had a pav bhaji there, and so we have lots of memories we remember with our friends related to food. Give gifts and accept gifts. Whatever gifts are given by our friend, we keep it on the shelf. So whenever we see the gifts, we remember our friends. So sometimes our friends may not be with us, but their gifts are there. And because of those gifts, we remember them. So all these thoughts of suicide and all, they don't come to our mind. When our whole house, we have gifts given by our friends. Reveal your heart to your friends and give an oral reception to his heartfelt talk. So whenever your friend is talking something, give time. Instead of listen to him. And whenever you have problems, talk to someone. Don't think that you will be declared as weak if you talk. Next slide, please. So here comes a story of a man who was going uphill and he was tired. Can we stop sharing the screen? So he was going uphill, and when you go uphill, initially you run, and then so he said, "God, एक घोड़ी दे ना घोड़ी." So uh, then you can start sharing the screen. So then uh, he tells God that God एक घोड़ी दे ना घोड़ी. So he gets a ghodi immediately. And then you know what happens? When he sits on the ghodi, he realizes that this ghodi is pregnant. This ghodi is pregnant. And after few steps, the ghodi delivers a baby horse. And now what happens is the ghodi cannot move because the baby horse is not able to walk. Now he cannot leave the ghodi and the baby horse there. So in the second picture, that ultimately he picks up the baby horse and starts walking. As he picks up the baby horse and starts hill, he starts thinking that I had asked for a horse so that I can sit on the horse and I can go uphill. And now what has happened is the horse is sitting on me. This happens with most of our weird dreams. We have many weird dreams in life. That if I get this, I'll become happy. If I get this, I'll become happy. And ultimately, we get those things, and those same things which we get, they become the cause of our. Next slide, please. Can we go to the next slide? Yeah. So, tell the story of a very faithful horse rider. This horse rider, he used to earn money by, riding small children, uh, to. Can we go to the previous slide? वो घोड़े पे बच्चे बैठते थे और वो उनको घुमाता था और उनसे उसको 5-10 रुपए मिलते. And he had tremendous faith in God. So you know what happened? Somehow he lost his horse, but he had tremendous faith in God. Oh, he lost his horse, so his source of income is lost. So all the villagers, they come to his house and they say, oh, you lost your horse. This is very bad. This is very. so sad, so sad. He said, no problem. Whatever God does for the best. I don't have absolutely no problem. So he went searching for his horse, and then he found 25 horses. With those 25 horses, he comes. Villagers again come to his house. Oh, so nice! You lost one horse, but you got 25. So nice. He said, no problem. Everything happens by the God. So no issues. Then what happens is he his and his son were training those horses, and in that whole process, his son falls down from the horse and breaks his leg. Again, the villagers come to him. Oh, so bad! Your son lost his leg. His leg is fractured. He said, no. Whatever happens, happens for the best. Then you know what happens? The king declares war with the neighboring kingdom, and he makes it compulsory for all the youth in the village to join, to join the army. And then his son is spared because his leg is broken, so he becomes disqualified to join the army. And then, you know what happens? Again, the villagers come and they say, oh, so good. Your son's leg was broken, but got disqualified. We lost all our sons because they were taken in the army. Your son was not taken because his leg was fractured. He said, now stop. Now stop. You always come. Sometimes good thing happens. Sometimes you tell me bad it happened. Whatever happened was bad. Come and tell me whatever happened was good. But let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing. I never thought in my life that this thing was bad or good. I thought whatever happens, happens for good for me, happens for good. I never think that anything happens for bad. So this should be our faith. Because we don't have control over what is going to happen. But we can have a control over whatever happens, happens for the good. Next slide, please. And here is a story of a man who was lost on an island. He was traveling, his ship broke, his ship sank, somehow managed to swim, he reached the island. And there, when he reaches the island, he realized that he is alone on the island. He is alone on. Can you stop sharing the screen for some time? So he's alone on the island. And then, he starts searching for food. He starts eating fruits, roots, vegetables. Then he goes to the forest, trees, and makes a hut. And then he's happily staying in that hut. Now, what happens is one day, as he's coming back to the forest, he sees it's raining and this is thunder and lightning. He sees the lightning fall upon his hut, and the hut starts burning. Now he loses. He loses his mind. In Marathi, we say, "Na आता माझी सटकली." He त्याची सटकली, and then he looks at God because we all have. God, I never said anything to you. I was left alone on this island. I never said anything. I didn't complain. Get proper food. I didn't complain. I lost all my business on the ship. I didn't complain. I lost all my belongings. I didn't complain. Now 1 year I have been staying on this island. I've built that hut, and there is lightning, and you made that lightning fall on my hut, and it is burning as if sitting in the sky with that burning arrow. You have sent it on my hut. Fighting with God. He hears a sound. Did you call us? Then looks here and there. There he finds a ship captain. Captain of the ship. The captain of the ship says, "Did you call us?" I said, "No. No, because we saw some fire on this island, so we came. Our ship is there long, and we came in a small boat over here." He said, so you don't want to come with us? He said, no, no, one second. I want to come. I want to come with you. And then he looked up and he said, God, sorry. I got disturbed because my hut was burning. But now I realize why the lightning fell on the hut, why the hut started burning, and because of that burning hut attracted attention of a ship, and they sent a small boat to rescue me from the island. So many times you may see your hut burning, your heart burning, things burning, but realize that God has a plan for you, a plan for the better. Next slide, please. Can we go to slide? A slide after this. So here is my message to all of you. And the message becomes Sushant Singh Rajput. You are asking me that what is the solution for this demise and such depression and suicide. I say the message is become Sushant Singh Rajput. Now you may ask me what do you mean by become Sushant Singh Rajput? Tell you what. Next slide. Become Sushant. Become quiet. Sitting here, you can see the photographs of all the prophets of all the religions. Okay, most of our prominent religions, Buddha sitting in meditation, Jesus and Muhammad and Lord Krishna, person who told the GECA, he is also sitting in meditation. Sushant means quiet and peaceful. Next slide, please. So becoming quiet and peaceful is not easy. You cannot tell your mind, okay, mind, come on, become quiet and peaceful. No. You need to meditate first. Read philosophy. You have to listen to practice. Yeah. Sorry, am I audible? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. So, is are we going to just become peaceful by watching? Telling you, our mind gets more agitated. Let me tell you. Yeah. Sometimes not. I'm not saying that you should not watch. I'm not here to tell you or give you this advice. I just want that all those things. Okay, you like you do, but do something to make your mind quiet and peaceful. Sweat in peace, then you'll bleed less in war. So daily to all of you. Welcome Sushant Singh Rajput. Next slide. And the next word in his name is Singh. Can we have the next slide, please? Singh. Singh means a lion. And lion is not necessarily the largest animal. Okay. But he always goes for attack. A lion, if he starts thinking, oh, I'm so small, elephant is so large, I am so small, giraffe is so large, so huge. He stays hungry for days together, but he never gives up. He never underestimates himself. So never underestimate yourself that, oh, this problem is so large and I'm so small. No, you have the power. You have to become Sushant Singh. Singh means lion. You have to become like a lion. And you are a lion. So the problem may be large like an elephant, and you may be small like a lion. But if you use your full potential, you problem. Next slide. The last letter in the name of Sushant Singh Rajput is Raj. And once we talk about Rajput, the name which comes to mind of all of us, Maharana Pratap. Okay, how he fought. Here in this photo, you can see he vertically absolutely divided one man. His hand was so strong. Next slide, please. He lost so many battles, so many battles, but he never gave up. He never gave up. So sometimes there may be revolts. Even what are Rajputs in Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. You know, at one point, Mirza Raja Jai Singh came and Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was defeated. And he gave 23 of his forts to Aurangzeb. So it was a situation where he lost 23 forts. But again, he came back from Delhi, he escaped from Delhi, and he got all of them back. He got all of them. So never give up. Next slide, please. And here comes my so let's be Sushant, quiet and peaceful. Let's be a fighter. Now you may say, sir, you are saying quiet and and then you are also saying be a fighter. Yes, be a fighter, but if you lose, be quiet and peaceful. Okay, be like a lion, fight like a lion against your problems, but don't be attached to winning every time. In your bad times, be quiet and peaceful. And here comes my last story. Next slide, please. And that's a story of a crow. Crow, which was very, very happily staying, very happily staying and enjoying life. And one day, the crow saw a white bird, which is there in my next slide. He sees a swan. And then he starts feeling, oh, this swan is so white. A few days back, I saw a parrot, and the parrot has two colors. You and me are black and white, and you will see the animal in my next slide, the bird in my next slide, the parrot. As a parrot, it's two colors, so good. And ultimately, the crow reaches up to the parrot and he tells the parrot, "You are me and swan are black and white, but you are colored." Parrot says, "Actually, I was also thinking like that. I was also thinking that I'm most happy. But I only have two colors. If you see the animal in the next slide, you'll realize that I just have two colors. But one peacock, few days back I saw. It was so peacock is so nice. So nice. And then what happens is the crow goes takes the address of the peacock. Peacock is there in the zoo, and he goes to the zoo. And when he goes to the zoo, he sees the peacock. He feels so depressed. He feels so depressed. He said, "You are so beautiful. People are trying to catch your attention. Otherwise, I go to somebody's house and I sit on the window pane, and everybody just shoos me around." The peacock says, "I also thought that I'm beautiful. But because I'm beautiful, my life has become miserable. My life has become miserable. You know why life has become miserable? Because people run after my life. They want my feathers, and things become so. My life is so miserable. Otherwise, the peacock says, otherwise, I was thinking that my life is miserable because of my beauty. But if I when I look at the crow, I feel crow is so happy. Nobody runs after a crow to catch it. Nobody runs after a crow that I'll keep him in my cage, I'll feed him." The peacock says, "If I would have been a crow, I would have been really, really a free bird." So this is the story. A crow thinks swan is happy, swan thinks that a parrot is happy, and the parrot thinks a peacock is happy. So my dear friends, this is the story of our life also. This is the story of our life also. We also feel when we were in half pant in sixth standard, we thought that those people in 10th standard are happy because they are wearing full pant in the school. Then we went to 10th standard, we realized no, 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 junior college people are happy because they don't have a uniform. We went to junior college and then we realized no, 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 those who have got into engineering are happy. And then when we went to engineer, no, 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 no. We realized, oh, those who are got a job in a multinational company are happy. And then ultimately we realized you are in a multinational company, you are working day and night, you come back home at 2 o'clock, and then morning you are going rushing at 8 o'clock. You see some students with half pant on the road going to the school, and you feel they are so happy. This is our life, my dear friends. You always feel happiness is there somewhere in the future. I am going to become happy in the future, not today, in the future. From our childhood, we have been just postponing our happiness. We have to learn to become happy. Be happy wherever you are. Be happy wherever you are. Be happy that in your studies. Whenever you are doing a job, be happy by doing your job. Do it as a commitment to your family, as a commitment to your life. Okay, to do something high, to do something good in life. Just don't do it as a burden. Don't discriminate happiness from your studies. That studies is a burden and happiness is something different. No, it is one and the same. Enjoy your studies. Enjoy whatever you are doing. Whatever you are doing in life, you should be learning to enjoy. Whatever opportunity life provides you to do, enjoy it. Okay. So with those few words, I will stop here. Again, I will thank the organizers of PD Club for calling me here. So some questions they have, and
Yeah. So thank you, Dr. Yuvraj, for this wonderfully inspiring session and sharing all these insights with us. Insights as well as personal experiences dealing with students who had some depression or suicidal tendencies. So thank you very much. I'm sure our audience here has received a lot of things to learn from. And personally, for me, the main takeaways, if I were to note, were that our happiness should not be object oriented. We should try to find happiness in our day-to-day life. It has to come from within. Then second point was, I think, to be a very good listener for others instead of just giving suggestions. Being positive in life and setting the right expectations. So instead of living in a dream world, which probably we are inspired by from Bollywood or things which we watch here and there. So I would say that were my points. The audience surely has some other takeaways as well. And moving on, we have some questions. I will just read it out for you.
Yeah.
So the first question is, what is depression? What are the reasons for depression and how to prevent it?
Uh, what happens is, depression has something to do with our mind, of course. And our mind naturally has a tendency to either go in the future or go in the past. That is what the tendency of the mind is. Go in the future and it will say, oh, there are so many engineers already in this world. So when I graduate and I postgraduate, will I get a job? These thoughts are coming in a mind of a engineering first year student. What is the use right now of having or harboring such thoughts? So mind goes in the future. And then in middle of the course, third year, fourth year, the mind goes in the past. Why did I come to engineering? I should have done MBA, I should have done this, and I should have gone, or I should have gone to commerce. So, mind has a tendency to go in the past or tendency. So sometimes mind becomes depressed going in the past. Uh, you know, uh, sustain, will you survive? So again, what happens is mind goes in the future and creates depression. So in short, the mind is going in the past and creating depression. Mind is going in the future and creating depression. So best way to avoid depression is to stay in the present. Every day, live the life very happy. Okay. And as I told you, India people in our social, those people who are in our social fabric, they normally don't get depressed with family, friends, पी रहे अच्छे से, having good food, enjoying thoroughly every day with your every meal and everything what you do, then the depression will not come. So depression comes when we go back in the past and lament, or it goes in the future, creates fear and creates depression. So best way to avoid depression is to stay in present.
All right. Thank you, doctor. So there are a lot of questions coming actually. What I'm
Yeah,
trying to do is club few questions together,
yeah,
which
yeah,
are similar in nature.
yeah.
So the question is, how do we know that someone is going to commit suicide or is depressed? So are there any signs, gestures, body language which they show when they are depressed or do have suicidal thoughts?
Yeah, there is a wide range in this category of a person who is about to commit suicide. Wide range means from something like cancer. You see a typical case of cancer where we hear that he had a tumor, then tumor grew in size, he lost his weight and diagnosed as cancer. And then we hear of case where
He had a very small swelling. Then he went for MRI, and the cancer had already spread all over the body. So we have a full spectrum of cancer from no symptoms, zero symptoms to full-grown symptoms. So similarly, you cannot, say that suicide means these symptoms will be there. Of course, the common symptoms is a person starts talking negative. What you have to watch for is somebody getting withdrawn. If one of your friends is getting withdrawn, you are eight friends, you have a group in the college, and suddenly you realize every time you are going out, every time you are playing, every time you are going in the TV room, gymnasium, you are going in the mess, you are only seven of one fellow is not coming. He's saying, "Tum jao, main aata hu. Tum jao." Once in a while, that is okay. But this is happening regularly. And then he is in his room. He has locked himself again and again. So you knock, or sometimes he's just looking out of the window. He starts talking negative. Whether I'll pass, what will happen to me. So you changed. We have to keep observing. Changed behavior. He was normal before, and now his behavior has changed. Okay, so then eating less, losing weight. Person starts losing weight because of eating less. Is all clothes become loose, and uh, he is not having a haircut, not shaved, and then all these things, multiple things are there. But changed behavior, where a person has behavior has changed, even sometimes becoming irritable, sometimes walks out of the group. So this depression. It can be anything. There is a range in that spectrum. One end is mania, where a person becomes aggressive, and another is where a person becomes so depressed that he gets withdrawn. So the symptoms can be there in any of the thing. So basically, therefore, having a heart-to-heart talk with all your friends, you become a Samaritan, and you try to have a heart-to-heart talk with everyone, and somebody may reveal. Yeah, but again, I told you this whole spectrum is there, where a person may keep on telling, "मेरा अभी suicide करने का मन कर रहा है," and other thing is that he may be normal and evening he may commit suicide. So basically, watch for it. And as we are concerned, our own self, if such things come, immediately go to our friends and tell them, मेरे माइंड में ऐसे थॉट आ रहा है भाई, मेरे को बचाओ, मेरे को प्रोफेशनल हेल्प चाहिए, आई नीड सम प्रोफेशनल हेल्प, टेक मी टू अ काउंसलर, टेक मी टू अ साइकियाट्रिस्ट. Okay, don't try to when you have uh, you find yourself in a defeated state, raise your hands and ask for help from family and friends.
Right. In continuation to that,
Yeah.
if a person is not venting out his feelings, is not very vocal about his feelings, how do we make them vent out their feelings? Or how can we help if they are not ready to accept that they are in depression, or are not ready to share their feelings? What can be done in that case?
Yeah. Uh, Actually, this what you are talking about happens more with people who are staying away from home and with friends. So in such situations, you should find a person, a relative. What I do personally is, when I find a person who is not telling, but his behavior has changed. We feel that he's in depression, but he is not accepting. He is not ready to accept help also. We immediately call the parents and family. And then I have seen father, mother coming in, and the student comes out of the hostel to meet them, and then and there in front of the parents he breaks down and starts crying. Okay, so such times you have to get the loved ones of such a person to him, and when the loved ones come close to him, he immediately opens up. Okay, so he may not sometimes open to friends, but family he will definitely open.
Right, right, right. So I think love here is the
Yeah,
key
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
to,
yeah,
to opening up.
yeah,
And one last question, I think we are nearly out of time here.
yeah, yeah,
One
yeah.
question was that since why do rich people commit suicide? They have everything we have imagined or dreamed of for
Yeah,
in this world. Then why do they commit suicide?
yeah. Actually, uh, you know, that is our concept that rich people are happy. And that's why everybody wants to become rich, because we feel that once I become rich, I'll become happy. Happiness has nothing to do with money. Most happy people in this land of India, which is considered as the land of saintly people, most of these saints, they were paupers. They didn't have anything, but they were so happy. They were just roaming around from village to village, begging. If somebody gives them their, they otherwise nobody gives them their. So it's not that I'm telling you to become a saint, but what I'm telling you is that happiness has nothing to do with money. Today, the United States is considered as one of the richest nations, but so many suicides take place. Okay, so rather people, they just want more and more and more and more and more, and at the end they have so much that they don't know what to do with so much things. Okay, so I'll end up with a small story where they talk about how to become happy. They say that if you want to become happy for 1 hour, you know, you sleep. So 1 hour you feel fresh. You want to become happy for one day, uh, go out in your city. Like in Mumbai, we say go to Hostel Warden, Water King. You want to become happy for 1 week, then go out of your city for change. Go to your parents, go to your relatives, go to your mama, go to your bua. 1 week you stay with them. You want to become happy for 1 month, then get married. Because they say that marriage assures happiness for a month. 1 month, the husband wife are very nice with each other. If you want to become happy for 1 year, then inherit somebody's property. You will get lot of money and you will spend it like anything. But again, after 1 year, you'll be frustrated. But if you want to become happy for whole life, then make this one statement which I'm telling you as mission of your life. Live for others. Live for making others happy. There are some people, you see them feeding dogs. They'll go and feed some beggars. And that beggar eats, they feel happy. That dog is fed, they feel happy. Then there are people who love birds, and their happiness is if some bird is injured, they'll take it to the hospital. There are some people who love snakes, and their happiness is if some snake is trapped somewhere, they will take it out and send it to the jungle, and then they become happy. So there are people who live for others, for making other people happy. So you live a life to make your friends happy. What can I do for my friend? ओके चलो आज तो उसके लिए केक लेके आता हूँ और फिर अभी लॉकडाउन बंद है अभी बाहर मत जाओ अभी लॉकडाउन चालू तो लॉकडाउन में सब केक का दुकान में बट अदरवाइज सो आई गॉट अ चॉकलेट फॉर माय फ्रेंड एंड ही एट इट ही बिकम्स हैप्पी ओह आई बिकम हैप्पी so let me study for my parents not for myself and I get good marks parents become happy oh so I am happy I tried my best okay so then this is how I start living my life. It's a slow start you have to make. It's not going to happen in one day that after listening to Dr. Yuvaraj Bhosale's lecture my life had a paradigm shift and now I have started living for others. No, so many years we have been living for ourselves. Slowly, slowly start living for others. So every day before sleeping, you should think that did I make somebody happy today? So do something to make other person happy. Live for others. You know, your friends, your family. Call somebody. Call your mother. She will feel so happy. You know, sometimes our parents call up and we say, "Oh, nahi, nahi, abhi nahi, baad mein phone karo." Then the mother, "Arey, baat karo." "Nahi, nahi, 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 abhi nahi." Sometimes we are watching movie on the thing and the last fighting scene is going on and mother calls. We push the red button. No, no, no. Because we are living for our happiness. We should try to live for happiness, giving happiness to our parents, to our grandparents, to our uncles, to our family, to our society, to our neighbors, to our friends. Doing something every day, you know, you make a start from tomorrow. Doing something for the neighbors, something for the country, something for the friends, something for the society. And after doing that, I'm guaranteeing you, you'll start feeling so much happiness in serving others. Otherwise, what is going to happen is you'll just try to accumulate money, money, money. You have property, you have cars, you have bikes, you have bungalows, but you are not sharing it. You are not giving it to the society. You are not helping anyone. And then at the end, the people feel lonely. They don't feel happy. They feel frustrated, and that's how suicides happen. Okay, when does the suicide happens? Where a person starts feeling lonely. And when a person feels lonely, when he doesn't share with others. So share your happiness with others. Make others' happiness as your happiness. So immediately you will also start finding this way of becoming happy. Thank you.
Wow, wow. Great thought indeed that, happiness probably is the only thing which, when we share, it increases. It does not decrease.
Yeah.
So really a great thought. Thank you, Doctor, for joining us today.
Yeah.
We would like to thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Yeah.
Thank you for the audience as well for joining in today for this session. I'm sure all of you have great takeaways from this session today. And we will be coming up with more such sessions, value-adding sessions, and such inspiring sessions in the future. Do subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much.
Thank you.